I'm going live on Facebook.
All right. Okay. You're going live on
YouTube.
Okay.
Then we're gonna have to try to set up the camera somewhere so we can.
All right.
On
The other account.
And then you can copy and paste that onto the Facebook
I should
page.
be able to.
There it is.
All right.
All right.
Go. All right. I got you right now.
All right. So we need to take that feed and copy and paste it onto
What camera? What camera?
however you want to do it. You just gotta turn it on there.
Have a bean to
Hey, I'm all for that. That sounds good.
Let me know when it's on the Facebook, and then we need to tag.
Well, I'm letting it catch up. I want to make sure it's actually still going. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting to.
It will. It'll
waiting
work.
to see the change before I do it.
It'll work.
All right. Yeah,
It'll
there'll be a
just
delay.
be a delay.
All right.
All right, we're going to try this again.
eat them up.
I need you to mute that.
Let me hop on Facebook real quick and switch to American Whiskey account.
Yo, yo.
Sharing to Facebook.
Hey, Dan. You want to take that and set it over there somehow to where it kind of picks up some of us?
If you turn it that way.
Check on Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah. And
Put
tag
that link. Make
farm
sure
to bottle. It's super delayed. Leave it like that. Yeah, it'll work. There's always one way to skin a cat, my dad said.
Close the laptop.
Yeah. All right. Did you tag farm to bottle? Are we good, boys?
Posted to the American Whiskey page.
Okay.
Dylan's got the link up. It works. So.
All right, so we're back here. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, but we had to do some modifications because there's always something going on. We're still trying to learn our travel go bag. Who would have fucking thought we'd need a backup laptop charger to back up the backup charger? So, but anyways, we're back on here. We're talking farm to bottle. We just got done talking about what Uncle Joey bands, and Tom Brady's going to be there. The one guy, who's the other guy we didn't know about?
Jack Russell.
Jack Russell's going to be there. So we're here. We're live. Unfortunately, we just had some issues, but it happens. You guys know how it goes. It's just happening.
Semi-professional.
So, Dan, are we really getting midget wrestling? Was this like a real thing? I was just curious.
Listen, if you are a part of a midget wrestling organization and you were listening to us this evening, please reach out to Dan Gray. He would love to talk with you and potentially get your group set up and performing and entertaining at the Farm to Bottle Festival.
Yeah, fix it. Yeah. So what else we got going, Dan? What else we got? Is there any thing you can we talk about, like the different names of food vendors, like the specific vendors?
Yeah, just before you give that, Dan, hey, everyone, the link was shared to the YouTube Live now, so on our American Whiskey page. So feel free to hop into that. Click the link. You can watch it on YouTube. Dan, take it away.
Yeah. And then grab the mic so you can talk into that. Look at that.
There we are.
I don't know.
Some viewers.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Is there any chance it's like on the ledge like this? It's just bothering the shit out of me. Just back it up a little bit towards you. Towards you. That's so much better.
It's not the first time Sturge said back it
up. Back it up. So
all right, Dan is sharing it.
And then man, you can take it away again. Should we? Thank you for tuning in to American Whiskey. My name is Big Sir.
Thank you.
All right, good. It's like 6.
Take 6.
So go ahead, Dan. What else do we got going on? Sorry about that, brother.
Where are we at?
I don't know.
Where was we at?
The vendors.
Vendors.
Vendors. All right. So we had we didn't have very many food vendors last year, so I'm going to add, probably double the size of the food vendors we had. I think we had 4 or 5 last year. We'll probably do 10 this year. But I anticipate bigger crowds this year too, because the price is going to be lower. And honestly, we'll be giving away a lot of tickets to different events and stuff as well. That's some good background music.
I gotta
That's Golden Tee
Gotta be
Golf
the shoes.
background music.
If you
right
ask
there.
Uncle Joey and Dylan, they're gonna tell you one thing about me. I love a good freaking ghost story.
Yeah.
Is it playing King Kong back here? A ghost? What the hell has just happened?
It's when it just hits every now and then.
That's every now and then those things are on like
Pretty sure I hear the joysticks moving, but that could just
what
be
do they
me.
call it when you go into a store and they got the TV playing on what are they
It's called factory mode.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a factory mode basically, or
Holy
just
shit.
advertise, whatever you want to call it. But the Golden Tee Golf that you like playing,
Yeah, yeah.
that Dylan was beating you at,
No, I
or Doug was beating you at.
Doug.
You smoked Doug by
Oh.
behind him by 3 strokes.
I smoked him for a hole.
I mean, that's the type of
Pretty
smoke.
sure he came
Smoke
back
green.
from like 6 strokes. Did you not? You were like down 6 strokes and you like came back.
There was a 6-stroke difference between a
He
hole one
stroked it
and a
as
hole two.
hard as he
Yeah.
could. I mean, he did.
So that's what that was. It was jumping in and letting us know that it was there. It's kind of like all the older video games. They had this kind of like a
Yeah.
call to attention thing. So if you was walking by
Mm.
and you didn't put no quarters in it,
So
get
no
a couple
chance
steps
it-
past it, and all of a sudden you
Let's
hear
just-
something from that game
Let's just
pop
make
up.
a reason for it. There's no chance it was a ghost. Sorry for interrupting you. It just kind of creeped me out.
I mean, it's okay.
Someone who's not used to being around 80s video games.
No doubt. What was you born, like the 90s?
Like 90.
90s? You wasn't even born in the 80s, huh?
I was born in 90, sir.
I mean, 90 was a good year.
It was. I had a good
It
time in the
was.
90s.
They
I could still ride my
They
bike
still
to the
had some
store.
really good 80s music playing in the 90s, early 90s.
I listened to
heard
like
there was a band you don't know.
And then
about.
it fell off a cliff in like
Well,
1993.
all those bands you guys talk about, like where I was born,
And
where I was
grunge came
adopted in Lancaster, Ohio.
Yeah.
It's kind of like white trash. Like you Lancaster was like my neck of the woods. It was like East Coast old school rap. Like so, Ice Cube was big. Ice T was big. Like that was what we listened to. I didn't listen to I call it the hair bands.
Well, yeah, that's what I call them too, but that's what
Clearly.
I listen to.
We can always
That
invite
is
Dolly
what I
Parton
listen to.
from the bottle.
I feel like
Well, we could get, what's her name, Danielle Parton?
Danielle.
Danielle.
I think we should
Danielle.
try and get Danielle here. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Try it.
That's a good.
I mean, honestly, we're going to do a shout out to anybody that'll jump on there. If you got anything to do with moonshine or whiskey
Yeah.
or beer or whatever else, and you know somebody famous.
Whether you make it or drink it, baby.
Yeah. Anybody that's famous, somewhat famous, or just, is really fond of themselves or fondles themselves.
I'll be there.
Have them come to the Farm to Bottle Festival because people would love to meet them and shake their hands. People would love to meet them and shake their hands.
So if you like fondling yourself or others, you're
Shake with the
definitely
left hand.
welcome.
The Fondle Brother Festival.
Yeah.
So Dan,
Whatever,
I have a
whatever you wanna
question.
call it.
Fondle your brother's festival.
Yeah.
So you brought up a triathlon.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Is
You're out.
that where the slip and slide comes into play?
Is there a slip and
It's
slide?
a triathlon, like TRY, try.
Oh,
Not three. Not,
I'll just
not
video it.
like 3. It was TRI. It's TRY.
can we go
That's
back?
when we bring in the slip and
Can we
slide.
go back a few seconds here?
Well,
Is there a slip and slide?
I'm
not yet.
thinking-
Not yet. So,
I'm tired of all the not yet.
but what I would like to do with this hillbilly triathlon, I mean, somebody had brought up the idea of where you got to carry a jar of moonshine that's like full all the way to the top, like level with the rim of the jar,
No spilling.
and they got to go and whoever has the least amount spilled,
I'll win that. No problem.
whoever has the least amount spilled
Without drinking.
wins that leg of the
Oh,
triathlon.
Here's me.
But so far, that's the only, and then at the end of every event, you're also going to have to drink probably 2 or 3 shots of moonshine or something.
But you know,
Okay.
There's only 10 events, so you'll be fine.
That's right.
Hey Dan, one thing I've seen.
140 proof liquor.
Have you seen the competitions where they have to hold up a mug that's full?
Yes.
You
Yeah.
could add that to it.
We could do
That's
this.
tough. That's tough.
We could take as many
Yeah,
shots
I've
as
done
possible
that
until the
before.
person
Do a
gets sick,
quart
man.
and you have to hold it out.
I've done
Right.
that before. It's tough.
And see who can hold it out the longest.
Yeah.
Yep.
I lost every time.
You
Yeah,
lose, you
that's
take a
tough.
shot.
I know I lose. I take shots. I mean, that's not really a bad.
But with the
thing.
hillbilly triathlon, that's kind of a work in progress. So we'll have to figure out what the 3 events are. So we'll do something that's got 3 events, and they'll have a little bit of time in between each one. But definitely the one where they got to carry a mason jar full of moonshine, and run through some kind of an obstacle course or do a 100-yard dash. I mean, we can do the moonshine 100 too.
I'm out. I thought we were walking 10 feet.
The moonshine 100-yard dash.
Oh, that'd be great.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
I mean, honestly, I see somebody like Tucker Thompson winning.
I want to do it.
I see somebody like Tucker Thompson and he's been whatever in bare feet running down that track and nailing and basically
I'm
beating
putting
everybody
Big
else.
Easy on it.
Put money on me.
I'm putting money on Big Easy.
Big Easy's just going to put a big
Got
old
it.
swig in his mouth so it's not full.
Spit it back
Run
out.
to the end and spit it back out.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad
Big
idea.
Easy, like,
If you remember
That's very
correctly,
smart.
he broke and dropped a jar last year, so he's not he's not carrying nothing, man. Yeah.
How was his OnlyFans doing?
I'm his number one. I have a question. Marijuana just has become legal in the state of Ohio. Have you thought about bringing any recreational? I know there's one over at Pawtucket Reds. There's a place there.
Not anymore.
They got shut down.
That was
It's like legal, but not legal yet.
He got. Listen, I actually enjoyed it. It was good stuff.
That's a touchy subject in Ohio still.
Yeah.
Get over it. It's all good.
I know the law passed and whatever else, and if it's feasible and I could get people from the fairgrounds on board, it's really up to them. It's their fairgrounds. I'm only going to do what they
Just for
say is
educational
reasonable
purposes.
on their fairground.
Yeah.
So
They
with
got
that being
shut
said,
down.
I wouldn't be against it, but I'm not going to say that we'll have something like that because that's totally up to the fairgrounds.
bring
and where
my
they do
own.
it. So
Just kidding.
Hey, Big
That was a
Sturge,
joke.
CSJ's asking something about gummies.
I'm not going through this story again. I'm not doing this story again. We've been through it. You want to hear the story? Go back and listen. I ate something from a guy that said it was from this one guy and it was safe to eat. I ate 2 or 3.
It wasn't safe.
It wasn't safe. I asked Uncle Joe. He's like, "Look at me, Anthony." He starts looking at me, and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Enjoy the ride."
I mean, at that point, you've already eaten them.
He's like, "Look at me in my eyes. Just enjoy the ride." I'm like, "That's not
I
nice."
mean, once you eat them, you can't uneat them.
That's
So.
what he said. I'm like, "Can I make myself puke?"
Seriously, like, I wish you keep talking to me like that every day.
Yeah, touch my face.
Right.
So, anyways,
So Farm to Bottle Festival sounds like there's some improvements that you've learned from last year.
yeah, and when we're going to have another organizational meeting, which I actually got a team of people helping me this year, so that's cool. The last year my team had 1 person.
Yeah.
Up until Thursday, and then it had like 2 people, which was me and Brittany.
We noticed that when we showed up the night
Right.
before.
I was like, "Hey Dan, where do you want me to park my camper?" You're like, "I don't fucking know, Anthony." I'm like,
We went.
"Am I still invited?"
So I don't know if Big Sturge has ever told you this. We went to B-Dubs that night, and he was like, "I don't know if Dan likes
I
me."
think Dan's mad as hell at me. He's like, "What'd you do?" I was like, and my brother was like, "You talking about the long-haired guy that was running around doing every fucking thing?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I don't think he's mad at you.
Because-
I think he's busy."
Just busy.
Yeah, when me and Chris walked around when we got back, and we sat there and talked to you for like 20 minutes, we're like, "Dude, he's just busy as
I was
fuck."
like-
He was just cool with us.
I just didn't
Well,
feel like
last year
I was like,
last year was a first year event.
Right.
Getting buy-in from people early on in an event like this is kind of hard to do. I mean, you get a little bit of buy-in, they'll come, they'll show up and whatever, but getting people to actually help with it's kind of tough. So I knew I was going to be doing like 90% of that on my own up until the event.
Hey,
And
I took some
honestly,
trash out.
Once
We
you guys
did take
that was
trash
the
out.
cleanest. That was the cleanest campgrounds I have ever seen in all
My
the years
wife
that I've
took
done
that.
events. I've never seen a campground so clean as what y'all.
My
left.
wife was like walking around with a trash bag. I'm like, "What are you
So,
doing?"
and
She's like,
we
"Can't
we
touch
really
this shit."
really appreciated that for sure.
Well, Dan, if you need help with stuff
American
this year,
Whiskey's
let
there.
us know.
Well, I put some more people on the board to help this year. So Jason over there,
You put CSJ on there.
Yes,
you
I
get
did.
him park.
he is on the
Him, you know where to find him.
he's on the board helping us out this year. We've added a couple members from the Eagles and some different people. So we got people actually good involved in it this year versus all the way up until Thursday before the event. Dan was the person that had all the ideas, and then I had to try and tell people what the ideas were for the rest of the weekend on Thursday, plus implement shit that needed to be done. So
Now,
it was a little rough.
so you have CSJ helping.
Yeah.
Did he ever tell you how he caught his felony?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
And you're still going to let him
Caught
help.
by the tail feathers.
No.
We'll go back and listen to our episode with him. He didn't catch a felony. It's a joke.
Now the next question for, I guess, against CSJ, are you going to fire him if you find him sleeping on the job?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he will too. This man will.
He'll be sitting here like this.
He's like, we had him on an episode one time.
Look, sometimes we're late night in the studio, and sometimes, you know, old guys like me and CSJ,
Wait.
we take naps in the studio. I mean,
Amazing. Every time we've ever said that, Jason, you slept in the studio during an episode.
No, I didn't.
He finally admitted it.
I mean,
Mark it as a
I
fucking
mean,
holiday.
listen, there was a late night. I mean,
7.
yeah, it happens, man. It happens. Well, I know I'm excited for the Farm to Bottle Festival this year. I
Me
think
too.
these guys are all excited for it.
I am too.
CSJ is excited for it. These guys down here are part of it and excited of it. It's going to be a good time, man. If you don't know about it, please check out our Facebook page,
Hot
or
dog eating contest.
Dan Gray's Farm to Bottle Facebook page, and
He
check
can
out all the
stop it.
details.
I will win.
It'll be a good time, I
Have
promise.
you ever seen how many wieners I can fit in my mouth at
He
one
can
time?
do a lot.
All of them.
All thrown his way. Shoot,
So
there
yeah,
we
we're
go.
looking at some other contests and things to do while we're there, just different events and whatnot. But you know, it's going to be bigger and better this year, and it'll grow, you know, as time goes on. Looking for some sponsors. If you know anybody that wants to be a sponsor, we'd be more than happy to let them in on, you know, the different levels of sponsorship that we have. It takes a lot of money to put an event like this on, and you know, last year it was about a $35,000 event, and I had $7,500 to work with. So that's why the prices were so high at the gate. So this year we got more money up front. So on the back end, I don't have to charge as much for people to get in.
Which day will be the busiest?
Saturday.
Okay, so on Saturday, whoever wears a American Whiskey T-shirt
Yeah.
has a present at our booth.
Yeah.
So
All of them?
anybody
Anybody
that
wears an
wore
American-
the American Whiskey shirt
I have
comes
one.
to our booth, we have something to give them in exchange. We want to see how many American Whiskey shirts are out there.
an STD.
What?
Whoa. Who's got that? Not me.
He's not allowed to say fuck on here, but you're allowed to talk about my STDs. I don't understand that a bit, but
It is what it is.
Are we like setting up a brothel there now? Like, fuck.
I hope so. And Farm to Bottle just got shut down.
Yeah, shut down before it started.
Yeah. No, so
There will be the contest, like the contest that was in the campgrounds last year. We will expand on that. I got some big players wanting to play on the homemade side of things too. Big players,
And
not little players, fucking big players.
and now that we know
like how big?
that was, we will be better prepared to record and actually.
Right.
I have all of
After
it on
all.
footage.
Yep. Absolutely. We got some people that throw their hat in the big ring that's ready to bring some stuff to that that contest.
Buffalo Trace and Pappy.
No. Oh, no.
Isn't that the same?
No,
thing?
these are people that's going to get in the homemade contest. They're going to get in the homemade contest.
All right. So, is there anything else, Dan, that we want to highlight here? We got a long trip home here.
I don't have anything else at this moment, but we'll definitely do another live here. We've got
absolutely. And I'll bring
an
an extra charger.
organizational meeting on the 18th of February. Shortly after that, we'll put another one of these
Yeah.
together. And every time we have an organizational meeting to come up with some new ideas and nail down some of the things
We'll
we're
come
going to be
back down
doing,
there.
we'll come back and do. Next time let's do the Eagles in Wilmington. That's a little bit more central for everybody.
Yes.
So
That'd be awesome.
we'll do
Can I
Eagles
bring
in
all this
Wilmington.
here?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We'll do the Eagles in Wilmington. We'll set up there
Okay.
and do a live broadcast from the Eagles in
Let's do
Wilmington. So
Will do.
All
that's
right,
kind of
guys.
central to you guys. That's about
Yeah.
about
That's not
half
bad
the
at all.
distance.
Right up
Yeah.
68. That's
So-
not a bad drive at all.
Sounds good.
So, just a couple highlights real fast, Dan. If you want to hit that real fast, just
Hit it.
just a couple highlights from the dates, the
Oh.
band, the
All right. So the dates: September 19th, 20th, 21st, and question mark about the 22nd. That's coming up. We'll figure out about the 22nd. But definitely 19th to the 21st at the Clinton County Fairgrounds in Wilmington, Ohio, 958 West Main Street. So
Memorize that.
that's where it'll be at. Like I said, we went over all the bands and stuff that we'll have. And there'll be a full list of bands available on the Farm to Bottle page here within the next week or so. Still got a few to announce. And as that information becomes available and we're able to actually announce that,
Right.
one of them may be on a delayed announcement. So
Is that Big Sturge with his song?
it is not the Big Sturge show.
Yeah, it's Ohio Moonshine.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's not the Big Sturge show.
Oh, fuck.
He thinks it is,
No, I
but
don't.
it's not. It's the
Okay.
Joey and
He
Dylan
just wanted,
show, really.
he just wanted one song.
Oh, one hit wonder.
One-hit wonder.
Yeah,
One hit wonder. So, but that's all you got for today.
that's all I got for
Okay.
today.
So we'll be looking after February 18th. We'll be getting back on here and doing another one where we don't have so many technical difficulties. And
I am going to be doing, this is one thing you all might want to know. May 4th at the Wilmington Eagles or Eagles in Wilmington,
Something
however you
Star
want
Wars
to say it.
related?
No, it's Cinco de Star Wars.
My birthday's Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Star Wars.
My birthday is
We're
May
going to
5th.
do, I've done pub crawls up there several times in the past because there's a lot of places right there and they got a door law.
Yep.
So we're going to do a pub crawl, but then Doug and Fred and Chris and
We're
a few
there.
others, all these people that have liquor and tastings and whatever, they're going to show up there. So we're going to do a pub crawl. Then you'll come back to a tasting in the afternoon, later part of the afternoon, and then at night we'll have my DJ service checking out all these new lights and shit that I just bought. We're gonna have a big event there, so it'll be all day on May 4th at the Eagles in Wilmington.
very cool.
Yeah.
Pub crawl, tasting event, DJ and dance at night, and then pass out on the floor.
Might have a reason
All right.
to celebrate my birthday.
Yeah,
There's definitely a good reason for that. All right, guys. So as always, I'm Big Sturge.
I'm Justice League.
I'm Uncle Joey.
Dougie Fresh.
And
Snoop Dan.
Snoop Dangy.
And we are
American Whiskey. Thank you, everybody. And Farm to Bottle.
Brought to you by Farm to Bottle.
Brought to you by Pats, Northern Yankee, Vaughn Davis. Let's see. We'll go down the list. Tuck and Ray. Judd Henderson.
I'm not sure how you ended, but we're going to try.
Jimmy Johnson.